coffee shop in Myeongdong right now, and I really like it actually. It's the first place I've found that has a flavored Americano, which used to be like my favorite thing in the world back in the States. So I'm really happy that I found a place that has something like this. But you guys can see it's like really cute. Yeah, it's a really cute coffee shop. But anyway, this is like the last installment of how to meet people in Korea, and I'm actually going to put the two together since I didn't actually post a video last week. So I'm going to post these, I guess two, I'll put them together so that way you don't get to miss out. Okay, so there are two more ways that I'm going to say how to meet people. The last two are one, language exchanges, and two, meetup parties. Okay, and these are actually usually run by the same people. A lot of times, like they're run by the same people, and you might even see the same people from like a language exchange to a meetup party. But meetup parties usually are a lot bigger. Okay, so the first one, language exchanges. These are my personal favorites, and I would definitely suggest them to you, even if you're not interested in learning Korean. They're still a really great way to meet people, because a lot of times, especially the smaller ones, you go every week, you see the same people, and you kind of develop a relationship with these people over time. And usually they're more Koreans than foreigners. And the reason this is good is because, quite frankly, you're going to need some Korean friends. Because foreigners are not a finite thing in Korea. Okay, I've made foreigner friends who've already gone and left me. I've only been here a year. It's heartbreaking to see your friends leave. And yeah, it's great for networking. If I ever go to like England or South America, I can go hang out with some friends of mine. But at the same time, like if I want to go to Hongdae tomorrow, I can't call them, right? Because they're not even in Korea anymore. So Korean friends are a really great thing to have. So a lot of language exchanges are different. For example, the smaller ones usually have a little more structure to them. So if you're not conversational, I would suggest those for you. Conversational in Korean, right? And a lot of times they'll give you handouts, or they'll have like designated times for Korean, designated times for English. So it's a lot better, and then you can really build relationships, okay? But if you're more of like a social butterfly and you really want to just throw yourself into it, you can go to the bigger language exchanges. I know of a few big ones. There's one in Hongdae, there's one in Gangnam, and they're like huge, like so many people. I'm used to language exchanges that are like 10 to 25 at the most, but I know that there are language exchanges that are like 100 people, and I've been to those. The thing about the 100 people one is if you want to meet people, it's great. But if you want to develop a relationship with them after you meet them there, they probably won't go every week. So you're gonna have to work hard at like building that relationship on your own. So you're gonna have to text them back and be like, or ask them for the phone number when you first meet them. Text them, hey, you want to go get dinner? Hey, you want to get coffee? Whatever. So it's a little harder to build a solid friendship if you're not great at it, but it is a great way to just meet a ton of people. And if you are conversational in Korean, you can practice your Korean there, and it's really easy because there's so many people to practice on. But they are going to want to talk to you in English because, of course, the Koreans don't want to practice their Korean, right? So you might have to be a little self-motivated on that front. Okay, so the other way is meetup parties, okay? And like I said, they're often run by the same people who do the language exchanges, but different language exchanges, I mean, there's so many different kinds and stuff, but the bigger ones are usually run by the same people who do the parties. And the parties, they can range between 5,000 and I've seen some that are like 30,000 won to get in. The 5,000 ones are usually like, you get a couple snacks and then you have to buy your own booze. So for somebody like me, they're really great because I pay 5,000, I don't drink anyway, so I just don't buy any drinks, and I hang out with people. And then afterwards, usually they go to some kind of club. And this is actually a way that I have learned about a lot of different clubs, is just meeting people there with like a friend, you know, to tag along, take care of me, in case, you know, something happens or whatever. And just going to whatever club they sign up for later. The thing about that is if you pay like 5,000 won, you're going to go to a nuts, so great club. But if you pay 30,000, then you're going to get into a really nice one. I've been to meetup parties that have taken me to Eden. I've been to ones, or Eden, the way Koreans pronounce it. I've been to ones that take me to Eloise. Eloise is one of the nicest clubs in Seoul. Those are usually 20,000 won though. But basically what you go in, and if it's like 20,000 won, there's usually like free bottomless beer pitchers. And you can like loosen up your insecurities, drink a few beers, and meet people that way too. I find those parties are usually like really fun too, and actually can end up being cheaper than the 5,000 won if you're drinking. Because buying an individual beer every time can add up. Of course for me, since I don't drink either way, it's actually cheaper to do 5,000 won. But they're really great ways to meet people, much more natural. And definitely a good way to meet people if you want to go out and like want friends to go clubbing with you every weekend. It's a great way to meet people who like clubbing, because a lot of them do go to the club afterwards. And you get into that for free as long as you go in before 12 usually. Sometimes before 11, but before 12 for sure. And yeah, they're great ways to meet people. So that's the last two ways. I know I said organized trips, language exchanges, organized parties. But honestly, a really great way to meet people is just to get out there. You know, go on hiking groups, go on Facebook and meetup.com, and just talk to people. Talk to people on the subway. You know, you got to be friendly, and you got to leave your apartment to meet people. That's by far the strongest way that I can suggest to you to just make friends. But honestly, a lot of us here are really friendly, really open people, and I don't know. I look forward to getting to know you guys. So if you have any more questions, you want me to answer something, if you're on your way over, you know, and you are terrified and you want to know something about Korea, put it in the comments below. I love your faces, and I will see you guys next week, I guess.